the cradle of civilization. Mesopotamia, often hailed as the cradle of civilization, was a rich mosaic of culture, innovation, and human progress nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This fertile crescent, a crescent-shaped region known for its lush soil and abundant water, set the stage for the birth of the first civilizations around 3300 BCE. The region's geography played a pivotal role in its development. The Tigris and Euphrates, with their unpredictable flooding patterns, initially posed a challenge to early settlers. However, these challenges gave rise to ingenious agricultural practices. The development of irrigation systems transformed the arid landscape into fertile farmland, enabling the growth of crops like barley, dates, and wheat in abundance. As agriculture flourished, so did the population. Small farming communities gradually evolved into bustling cities. Uruk, Eridu, and Babylon emerged as prominent urban centers, each boasting unique contributions to Mesopotamian civilization. These cities, characterized by their ziggurats, massive terraced temples, became hubs of religious, economic, and political activity. The societal structure of these early cities was intricate. At the top were priests and royalty, who played crucial roles in both spiritual and administrative capacities. Below them were skilled craftsmen, merchants, and farmers. The division of labor and the rise of specialized skills marked a significant leap in social organization, laying the groundwork for complex societies. In this era of burgeoning city-states, writing emerged as a monumental advancement. The invention of cuneiform script by the Sumerians around 3200 BCE revolutionized communication and record-keeping. Initially used for recording transactions and administrative details, this script later evolved to document laws, myths, and epic tales, forever altering the course of human history. Mesopotamia's strategic location and fertile lands also made it a crossroads for trade. The exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural practices with neighboring regions like Egypt, the Indus Valley, and Anatolia enriched Mesopotamian civilization, fostering a melting pot of diverse influences. This chapter of human history is a testament to the enduring spirit of innovation and cooperation that defines our journey. Mesopotamia's legacy, encapsulated in its art, architecture, legal systems, and literature, continues to echo through time, reminding us of the transformative power of human ingenuity and collective endeavor. The dawn of governance and law. As Mesopotamian cities grew in size and complexity, the need for structured governance and law became increasingly evident. This period marked the emergence of one of the most significant aspects of Mesopotamian civilization, the codification of laws and the establishment of formal governance. The concept of a centralized authority began to take shape with the rise of kingship. These early kings were more than mere rulers. They were seen as divine or semi-divine figures, ordained by the gods to lead and protect their people. The king was responsible for maintaining order, justice, and the welfare of the state. This included overseeing irrigation systems, ensuring fair trade, and leading military expeditions. This era also witnessed the creation of the first legal codes. The most famous of these is the Code of Hammurabi, dating back to around 1754 BCE. King Hammurabi of Babylon compiled these laws, which were inscribed on a stele for all to see. The code covered various aspects of daily life, from trade and property rights to family law and criminal justice. Its core principle, an eye for an eye, reflects the harsh but structured nature of Mesopotamian justice. The governance system in Mesopotamia was not monolithic. Different city-states had their own forms of government, ranging from theocratic rule, where priests held power, to more centralized monarchies. This diversity in governance models showcased the adaptability and innovativeness of Mesopotamian society. The bureaucracy also began to take shape during this period. A class of scribes, skilled in cuneiform, became instrumental in the administration of the cities. They recorded transactions, legal decisions, and governmental decrees, playing a crucial role in the management of these growing urban centers. Furthermore, the concept of taxation emerged. Taxes were levied in the form of labor or produce. This system supported the state and its endeavors, including temple construction, military campaigns, and public works. Through these developments, Mesopotamia laid the groundwork for modern concepts of governance and law. The political and legal innovations of this ancient civilization formed the bedrock of societal order, influencing subsequent cultures and setting a precedent for future governments. The flourishing of Mesopotamian religion and mythology. Religion was the cornerstone of Mesopotamian society, deeply intertwined with every aspect of daily life. This chapter delves into the rich tapestry of Mesopotamian religion and mythology, revealing a world where gods and goddesses reigned supreme, and myths explained the mysteries of existence. The Mesopotamians were polytheistic, worshiping a vast pantheon of deities, each governing different aspects of the world and human experience. Gods like Anu, the sky god, Enlil, the god of air and storms, and Ereshkigal, the goddess of the underworld, were central figures. Perhaps the most renowned was Inanna, or Ishtar, the goddess of love, beauty, sex, war, and political power, embodying the complexity and multifaceted nature of these divine beings. Temples, such as the famed Ziggurats, were not just architectural marvels, but the literal houses of the gods. These structures served as both religious centers and administrative hubs. Priests and priestesses played vital roles, not only conducting religious ceremonies, but also managing temple lands and resources, which were substantial. Religion was also deeply connected to astronomy and astrology. The Mesopotamians meticulously charted the heavens, believing that celestial phenomena were divine messages. This practice laid the foundations for astronomy and astrology, fields in which they achieved remarkable precision. Mythology served to explain the unexplainable and guide the moral and social conduct of the people. Epic tales, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, transcended mere storytelling. This epic, one of the oldest known pieces of literature, explores themes of heroism, friendship, the search for immortality, and the human condition, resonating with universal human experiences. Festivals and rituals were another key aspect of Mesopotamian religion. These events, often marked by elaborate ceremonies and offerings, were essential for appeasing the gods and ensuring the continued prosperity and stability of the community. The influence of Mesopotamian religion extended far beyond its geographic borders. Many of its gods and myths were integrated into the pantheons and folklore of neighboring cultures, illustrating the far-reaching impact of this ancient civilization. Through their religious practices and myths, the Mesopotamians sought to make sense of their world and their place in it. This spiritual dimension was not just a reflection of their beliefs, but a testament to their profound desire to understand and connect with the cosmos. The technological ingenuity of ancient Mesopotamia. Ancient Mesopotamia, a beacon of human ingenuity, was a hotbed of technological advancements that significantly impacted the ancient world and beyond. This chapter explores the remarkable innovations that emerged from the fertile lands between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Agricultural technology was a cornerstone of Mesopotamian ingenuity. The development of irrigation systems, including canals, dams, and reservoirs, revolutionized farming. These innovations allowed the Mesopotamians to control the unpredictable floods of the rivers, harnessing their waters to cultivate crops like barley, wheat, and flax, and sustain a growing population. The wheel, one of humanity's most transformative inventions, is believed to have been first used in Mesopotamia around 3500 BCE. Initially crafted for pottery making, the wheel soon found application in transportation, revolutionizing trade and warfare with the introduction of wheeled chariots and carts. Metallurgy was another area where Mesopotamians excelled. They were skilled in extracting and working with various metals, including copper, bronze, and later iron. This expertise led to the production of stronger tools, weapons, and ornamental items, facilitating both everyday life and military endeavors. The plow, another significant invention, improved agricultural efficiency. Early versions were simple and drawn by humans, but later designs incorporated animals for pulling, significantly increasing productivity and leading to surplus production, which was crucial for urban development. In architecture, the Mesopotamians were pioneers, constructing impressive structures like ziggurats, palaces, and city walls. Their use of mud bricks, arches, and columns influenced architectural styles for centuries. Writing, though not strictly a technology in the modern sense, was a monumental Mesopotamian innovation. The cuneiform script was one of the first writing systems and was used for a wide array of purposes, from recording transactions to composing epic literature. Finally, the Mesopotamians made significant strides in mathematics and astronomy. They developed a complex number system based on 60, which is the basis for our 60-minute hour and 360-degree circle. Their observations and calculations in astronomy were highly advanced, laying the groundwork for future astronomical studies. These technological achievements were not isolated feats, but interconnected developments that collectively propelled Mesopotamian civilization to new heights. Their legacy of innovation and creativity continues to inspire and inform our modern world in countless ways. The artistic expression of Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, renowned for its technological and architectural feats, was also a cradle of artistic expression. This chapter delves into the diverse and rich art forms that flourished in this ancient civilization, reflecting its complex society, religious beliefs, and cultural practices. Mesopotamian art was characterized by its use of diverse materials, including clay, stone, metal, and wood. The region's abundant natural resources, coupled with trade, provided artisans with a wide range of materials to work with. This diversity is evident in their sculptures, reliefs, pottery, jewelry, and cylinder seals, each a testament to their craftsmanship and aesthetic sensibilities. Sculpture was a prominent art form, ranging from small, intricately carved cylinder seals to grandiose statues of gods and kings. These works often displayed a high level of detail and realism, especially in depictions of animals and human figures. The statues of Gudea, a ruler of the state of Lagash, are prime examples, showcasing a blend of realism and stylization. Relief carving was another significant aspect of Mesopotamian art. Reliefs adorned the walls of palaces and temples, depicting scenes of mythology, warfare, hunting, and daily life. The Standard of Ur, a Sumerian artifact, is a remarkable example, displaying intricate inlays depicting war and peace scenes in a narrative style. Pottery, both functional and decorative, was widely produced. Mesopotamian potters were skilled in creating a variety of forms, from simple bowls to elaborately decorated vessels. The use of the potter's wheel, invented in Mesopotamia, was a major advancement, allowing for more uniform and complex shapes. Jewelry making reached a high level of sophistication, with artisans crafting exquisite pieces using gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and other precious materials. These pieces were not only adornments, but also symbols of status and power. Cylinder seals, small stone cylinders engraved with intricate designs, were unique to Mesopotamian art. They were used to roll impressions onto clay tablets or surfaces, serving as signatures or amulets. The detailed engravings on these seals are marvels of miniature art, often depicting complex scenes with deities, animals, and mythological motifs. Mesopotamian art was deeply connected to its religious and societal structures. The depictions of gods, kings, and everyday life in their art provide valuable insights into their worldview, beliefs, and social hierarchy. Through their artistic creations, the Mesopotamians left a legacy that offers a window into their rich cultural tapestry, imbued with symbolism and meaning. Their art continues to be admired for its beauty, complexity, and influence on subsequent civilizations. Mesopotamia's trade networks and economic power. Mesopotamia's position as a significant economic power in the ancient world was largely due to its extensive trade networks. This chapter explores how trade and commerce shaped Mesopotamian civilization, turning it into a bustling hub of cultural and economic activity. Strategically located at the crossroads of Asia and the Middle East, Mesopotamia was ideally positioned for trade. Its rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates, served as vital arteries, facilitating the movement of goods both within the region and beyond. Overland trade routes connected Mesopotamia to distant lands, including the Indus Valley, Anatolia, and Egypt. Mesopotamians traded a wide range of goods. Locally, they were renowned for agricultural products, textiles, and crafts. Barley, dates, and wool were among the primary exports. In return, they imported goods that were scarce in Mesopotamia, such as timber, precious metals, and stones. This exchange was not just economic, but also cultural, as ideas, technologies, and artistic styles flowed along these trade routes. The development of cuneiform script was a significant boon to Mesopotamian trade. This writing system allowed for precise record-keeping of transactions, contracts, and inventories. Clay tablets bearing cuneiform inscriptions have provided archaeologists with invaluable insights into the complexities of Mesopotamian commerce. Mesopotamia's economy was also characterized by a degree of state control. The temple and the palace were the main centers of economic activity. They owned vast tracts of land and controlled major industries, including agriculture, weaving, and pottery. The state played a crucial role in regulating trade, standardizing weights and measures, and issuing decrees to facilitate commerce. Marketplaces in Mesopotamian cities were bustling centers of trade. Here, merchants and traders from various regions gathered, creating a vibrant and diverse economic environment. These markets were not just places of commercial exchange, but also social and cultural melting pots. The use of money was not prevalent in early Mesopotamian trade. Instead, barter and systems of credit were common. Over time, however, the use of silver as a standard of value became widespread, paving the way for a more sophisticated monetary economy. Through its trade networks, Mesopotamia emerged as an economic powerhouse, influencing regions far beyond its borders. The legacy of its trade practices and economic systems can be seen in the commercial foundations of later civilizations. Social structure and daily life in Mesopotamia. Mesopotamian society was intricately structured, reflecting a complex hierarchy that influenced every aspect of daily life. This chapter provides a glimpse into the social stratification and the everyday experiences of the people who lived in the world's first urban civilization. The social hierarchy in Mesopotamia was pyramid-shaped, with the king at the apex. He was seen as a divine or semi-divine figure, holding ultimate authority in both religious and secular matters. Below the king were the nobility and high-ranking officials, including priests, who wielded significant power due to their roles in the temples. The middle tier of society comprised merchants, artisans, and scribes. Merchants played a vital role in the economy, facilitating trade within and beyond Mesopotamia. Artisans, skilled in crafts such as pottery, metalwork, and weaving, contributed to the rich cultural tapestry of the civilization. Scribes, experts in cuneiform, were crucial for administration and record-keeping. Farmers and laborers formed the base of the social pyramid. They worked the lands owned by temples, the palace, or the nobility. Their labor was essential for producing the food and resources that sustained the urban centers. Slaves were also part of Mesopotamian society, often captured in wars or indebted to others. They worked in various capacities, from household servants to laborers in large construction projects. Family life was central to Mesopotamian society. Marriages were often arranged for economic or social reasons, and family businesses were common, passed down through generations. Women's roles varied. While primarily involved in domestic duties and child-rearing, some also engaged in business and trade. Education was valued, though it was largely reserved for the sons of the elite. Schools, often attached to temples, focused on teaching scribes who learned the complex cuneiform script and various aspects of administration and accounting. Religion permeated daily life, with rituals and offerings being regular practices for most people. Temples were not just religious centers, but also played roles in social welfare, providing aid to the needy. Mesopotamian cuisine was based on staples like barley, wheat, and dates. Meat was consumed less frequently, usually during feasts or special occasions. Beer, brewed from barley, was a popular beverage among all social classes. Homes in Mesopotamia ranged from simple mud brick houses to elaborate dwellings for the wealthy. Urban planning was evident in cities, with streets laid out in a grid pattern and public buildings like ziggurats and palaces dominating the cityscape. Through this exploration of social structure and daily life, we gain a deeper understanding of how Mesopotamian society functioned, revealing a civilization that was as complex socially as it was advanced in its achievements. The legacy of Mesopotamian civilization on subsequent cultures. Mesopotamia, often described as the cradle of civilization, left an indelible mark on human history. Its influence extended far beyond its geographical boundaries, shaping the development of subsequent cultures in profound ways. This chapter explores the enduring legacy of Mesopotamian civilization and its impact on the ancient world and beyond. One of the most significant contributions of Mesopotamia was the invention of writing. The cuneiform script, developed around 3200 BCE, was the first system of writing known to history. This innovation not only revolutionized communication in the ancient world, but also laid the foundation for the recording of history, literature, and law. The ability to record and transmit knowledge across generations fundamentally changed human society. The legal systems of Mesopotamia, particularly the Code of Hammurabi, influenced later legal codes. These laws, with their detailed regulations and notion of justice, served as a model for subsequent civilizations, including the Greeks and Romans. The principle of setting laws in writing, accessible to all, became a cornerstone of legal systems around the world. In the realm of mathematics and astronomy, Mesopotamian advancements were groundbreaking. Their development of a base 60 sexagesimal number system and their astronomical observations laid the groundwork for future scientific endeavors. The concepts of the 60-minute hour and the 360-degree circle, which originated in Mesopotamia, are still in use today. Architecturally, the ziggurat, a distinct Mesopotamian structure, influenced the design of later buildings and religious structures. The use of bricks, arches, and columns in Mesopotamian architecture was adopted and adapted by subsequent civilizations, notably the Persians, Greeks, and Romans. In literature, the Epic of Gilgamesh, as a masterpiece of ancient Mesopotamia, not only provides insight into the values and beliefs of the time, but also influenced later literary works. Its themes of heroism, friendship, and the quest for immortality resonate across cultures and eras. The concept of urban planning and city-state governance developed in Mesopotamia served as a blueprint for the organization of later societies. The structuring of cities, with their central political, economic, and religious institutions, became a model for urban development in other civilizations. Mesopotamian religion and mythology also had a lasting impact. Many of their gods, myths, and religious practices were integrated into the belief systems of neighboring regions, influencing the religious landscape of the ancient Near East. Through trade, Mesopotamia disseminated its technological innovations, artistic styles, and cultural practices to distant lands. This exchange fostered a legacy of interconnectedness and cultural fusion in the ancient world. The legacy of Mesopotamian civilization is a testament to the enduring influence of their innovations, ideas, and cultural achievements. Their contributions laid the foundations for many aspects of modern society, from law and literature to science and urban design. Mesopotamian architecture, monuments of grandeur and innovation. Mesopotamian architecture stands as a testament to the civilization's ingenuity, resourcefulness, and aesthetic vision. This chapter delves into the architectural marvels of ancient Mesopotamia, exploring how these structures not only served practical purposes, but also reflected the cultural, religious, and social values of the time. The most iconic Mesopotamian architectural feature is the ziggurat, a massive terraced structure that towered over the cities. These pyramid-like buildings, with their receding levels and monumental size, were not only architectural feats, but also deeply symbolic. They were built as temples for the gods, believed to connect the heavens and the earth. The ziggurat of one of the best preserved examples, exemplifies the grandeur and religious significance of these structures. Brick was the primary material used in Mesopotamian construction, a choice dictated by the region's lack of stone resources. Mesopotamians became adept at brickmaking, producing both sun-dried and kiln-fired bricks. The Ishtar Gate of Babylon, adorned with glazed blue bricks and reliefs of dragons and aurochs, showcases the artistic possibilities of brick construction. Palaces were another significant architectural feature, reflecting the power and prestige of Mesopotamian rulers. These structures were often large and elaborately decorated, featuring grand courtyards, reception halls, and private quarters. The Palace of Sargon, I at Dur-Sharrukin, modern-day Khorsabad, was a remarkable example, with its intricate wall reliefs depicting the king's power and accomplishments. City walls and gates were not only defensive structures, but also symbols of a city's strength and prosperity. The walls of Babylon, believed to have been built by Nebuchadnezzar, were famed for their scale and the defensive innovations they incorporated. Mesopotamian architectural design also extended to urban planning. Cities like Uruk and Nineveh were laid out with a clear plan, featuring roads, residential areas, and public buildings. This approach to city design demonstrated a high level of organization and understanding of urban dynamics. Temples and public buildings often featured intricate decorative elements, including carved reliefs, statues, and mosaics. These artistic embellishments served both aesthetic and narrative purposes, depicting gods, rulers, and scenes of everyday life. Mesopotamian architecture, with its emphasis on scale, symmetry, and detail, influenced subsequent architectural styles in the ancient world. The use of arches and columns, for example, would later be refined by the Greeks and Romans. Through their architectural achievements, the Mesopotamians created not just functional spaces, but also monuments that embodied their civilization's aspirations, beliefs, and artistic sensibilities. These structures, some of which still stand today, continue to awe and inspire, offering a tangible connection to this ancient world. Mesopotamian literature, echoes of ancient wisdom and imagination. Mesopotamian literature, rich and diverse, offers a window into the soul of this ancient civilization. This final chapter explores the literary legacy of Mesopotamia, highlighting how its stories, poems, and texts not only entertained and educated, but also provided profound insights into the human condition. The crown jewel of Mesopotamian literature is undoubtedly the Epic of Gilgamesh. This epic poem, one of the oldest surviving works of literature, narrates the adventures of Gilgamesh, the legendary king of Uruk. Its themes of friendship, heroism, the search for immortality, and the acceptance of human limitations resonate universally. The epic's influence can be traced in later literary traditions, and its narrative structure is a precursor to the hero's journey in modern storytelling. Apart from epic narratives, Mesopotamian literature also included hymns, prayers, and incantations. These religious texts were not merely ritualistic. They were poetic expressions of devotion and reflections on the divine and human worlds. The Exaltation of Inanna, written by the priestess Enheduanna, is a powerful example, celebrating the goddess Inanna with vivid imagery and emotional depth. Wisdom literature was another important genre. These texts, comprising proverbs, fables, and reflections, offered guidance on morale, ethical, and practical matters. They provide a glimpse into the values and philosophical perspectives of the Mesopotamians, emphasizing themes like justice, humility, and the transient nature of life. Legal and administrative texts, though not literature in the traditional sense, are invaluable for understanding Mesopotamian society. These include law codes, like the Code of Hammurabi, and administrative records, which shed light on the workings of governance, economy, and daily life. The preservation of Mesopotamian literature owes much to the medium on which it was recorded, the clay tablet. Written in cuneiform, these tablets survived millennia, allowing modern scholars to uncover the literary riches of this ancient civilization. Mesopotamian literature has had a lasting impact on world culture. Its themes, motifs, and narrative structures have influenced subsequent literary traditions, and its exploration of universal human experiences continues to resonate today. Through their storytelling, the Mesopotamians conveyed their understanding of the world, their beliefs, and their aspirations. Their literary legacy is a testament to their intellectual depth, creativity, and the enduring power of the written word.